Hello, I'm back. It's been a while, and there's actually a pretty reasonable explanation for that because 6 weeks ago I had top surgery, which went extremely well, and I have just felt nothing but amazing afterward, even with the pain and all of the effects of healing from a procedure like that. The just mere excitement and euphoria of feeling like now I look more like me. There's nothing I can compare it to. I've also been on testosterone for 2 months now. Not really noticing a lot of effects from that other than a little bit of just an increase in energy altogether, feeling better. I also noticed that, I can think a lot clearer now. I don't really see how some people have mentioned that you can get a little bit more aggressive maybe, or irritable, or just in general a bit, demeanor changing. I have not seen any of that happening, other than maybe that I'm happier. So overall, the changes have been fantastic. So on top of having the surgery 6 weeks ago on my chest, I also had to have a surgery on my belly to repair a pretty big hernia. That happened 2 weeks ago. So it's just overall been a pretty interesting 6 weeks since I've last been on here. I was really happy to see how many people were interacting with my previous videos. I was actually shocked to see that how many views they each had received, which is great. Hopefully people are getting something out of this. The main things that I wanted to say today related to the top surgery are things that I didn't expect and that maybe would have helped me to know ahead of time. Some of those things are, for instance, being prepared not to be able to do much with your arms, like lifting them to put on a t-shirt. So if you consider having top surgery, maybe think about taking some old shirts of yours and cut them open in the front so you can put them on more like a jacket. You'll be wearing a compression binder. Yes, still a binder. That was, I kind of knew that ahead of time, so I knew I wasn't quite getting rid of those yet. But I only had to wear it for a month. And overall, it really helped with the healing process and reducing swelling and things like that. So you absolutely want to stick to that. Also had the drains, that's the usual thing. So those were things I expected, but the ability to wear, a t-shirt, things of that nature, the fact that there is an enormous amount of bloating after surgery. I have had procedures before, but I had never experienced it to that degree, and later found out that others have had the same thing happening with this exact procedure as well. So the other thing I would say is just really advocate for yourself and look out for signs of infection, because 2 weeks after the surgery, I ended up having a staph infection on my right side. And it didn't really look much infected other than that it was red and it felt warm. And I noticed at home just a little bit of discharge. But by the time I got to the doctor, you know how it is. All of a sudden it looks a lot better. So the doctor was like, it doesn't really look typically like an infection, but let's take a culture and let's put you on antibiotics just to be on the safe side. And so 3 days into the antibiotics, I started to slowly feel better, and it turned out it was a staph infection. So make sure if you feel like something's wrong, if you feel like something doesn't seem right, that you push that point, and just because it looks better than maybe you thought it had when you looked at it earlier, and your doctor's not sure, your body better than anyone, especially the older you get. I mean, I'm 51 years old now, so I sort of know what to expect and what my body does typically. So those were definitely some things. For me, actually, the pain level wasn't too bad. It was well controlled with some narcotics for a few days, but after about 5 days, I was able to stop those. You just got to be careful. You just gotta keep an eye on everything. You gotta listen to the restrictions that you're given, and it will work out okay. It's good to be prepared with, having some gauze and some tape, so that if you need to change dressings and things, you have that already at home before you go into surgery. And just make sure that you have, groceries and things, and that you have kind of prepared to supply yourself for about a week at least. And after that, you'll still need help shopping, because you won't be able to lift a full shopping bag. Just so make sure that those are the types of things that they typically tell you. But I was just so happy and pleased with the results, with the team that I worked with. They were all absolutely amazing. One thing I want to say, I don't want to make this too long, but one thing I really want to say, today is Transgender Visibility Day, March 31st. And I'm not going to make this channel a political channel of any sort, but it's a good day to reflect on what is happening in this country and how the rights of transgender people are being infringed upon in many states. It's no longer really a safe space for transgender individuals to live. So get informed. If you want to be an ally, make sure you get informed. Don't stay ignorant of the things that happen. And, if you feel that there are injustices happening, speak out, go to your congressman, write to, the politicians in your area, to your representatives, sign petitions, and reach out to any friends you have that might be transgender or non-binary, and, might have some thoughts and maybe some resources for you. But I'm going to wrap it up by saying I'm just thrilled to be back. Next time it won't be this long. And I'm just, at this point, I'm thrilled that I live where I live, where gender affirming care is available, and it's not very difficult to get once you have a good provider. So I'm extremely grateful, knowing that it could be a whole lot worse, and I'm just really lucky at this point. And I get to live my truth and my real identity. Anyways, again, happy to be back. I love you all. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them below. I'll be happy to look at them and answer with any questions that you might have. Bye.